This has just been an incredible story. Actress Selma Blair stunning everyone on that Oscars red carpet with the aid of that bedazzled cane. This was at the Vanity Fair Oscars after party. The 46-year-old actress now revealing the agony that she went through before receiving the diagnosis of multiple sclerosis last August. Now, she spoke to Robin Roberts today on Good Morning America.
How are you doing?
I am doing very well. I am very happy to see you being able to just put out what being in the middle of an aggressive form of multiple sclerosis is like. So my speech, as you'll notice, is I have spasmodic dysphonia right now.
Now, MS is a chronic, often unpredictable disease of the central nervous system, which is made up of the brain, the spinal cord, and optic nerves. It causes problems with vision, with balance, and with muscle control.
Great interview right there. And as our own Melanie Lawson joins us now, and as many of you know, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And Melanie, watching that interview, what did you think about her coming forward and being so public with this with Robin Roberts?
Well, I was really proud of her because it's a difficult thing to talk about your own health issues. And I thought what she did was incredible because it really opens the doors not only for so many people who are dealing with MS, but other chronic illnesses as well, that life goes on and you can do very well. And I just thought she did a beautiful job of handling it, especially for young people, because it's often a disease that strikes you when you're young. She's a single mother. She's got a young child, and that can be extremely difficult.
Well, very brave of her, and it's been, you know, the same for you. You've brought so much awareness by talking about what you go through, and I thought it was interesting when in this interview and other times she's talked about the fact that doctors weren't taking her seriously. Is this difficult to diagnose?
It really is. It's called a diagnosis of exclusion, which means they go through and they kind of knock out things, and finally, when those aren't the case, then they decide, oh, it must be MS. But she suffered from the same sort of thing that I think most patients do. She went in, they said, oh, you're exhausted, you're stressed, you know, you're trying to do too much. And she knew something wasn't right, but it took a very long time for doctors to really be able to take her seriously about it. I was laughing, though. She's got a fancy cane.
Yeah.
You know, with a diamond.
We need to bedazzle yours.
We do, because mine is old and beat up. It's my favorite, and you guys are always having to go find it for me.
I'm going to bring the hot glue gun in, and we're going to work on that.
We also want to get your take on this one as well, because you guys kind of addressed it right here, but Selma also talks about how she felt when she was first diagnosed. Let's listen to this one.
I cried. I had tears. They weren't tears of panic. They were tears of knowing I now had to give in to a body that had loss of control. And there was some relief in that, because ever since my son was born, I was in an MS flare-up and didn't know.
Wow, to think she waited that long to get those answers. It has to be a huge relief when you finally get them. And Mel, you know, an important takeaway in all of this is that her doctors and she are saying in a year from now, she could be in a totally different place. There is a huge amount of hope.
There really is. There are a lot more treatments now, a lot more medicines. No one's come up with that magic bullet as of yet. And I think all MS patients, along with other people affected with neurological illnesses, are waiting for that magic cure. But there are a lot more things now that can allow you to live a much more normal life. And she has what's called, I believe, relapsing remitting, which means you will have attacks. And they will come and go, and sometimes you're better afterwards, sometimes you're worse. I have more chronic progressive, which means it sort of stays the same for the most part. And there are blessings in that more than anything else, because you kind of know what to expect,
All right.
But it's a difficult time for her, and my heart goes out to her, because you really do go through those 7 stages of grief as you lose control of the body you thought you knew. But the blessing is there are a lot of wonderful people like you guys and all the folks I work with here who are constantly picking up my cane or carrying my bags, and I really appreciate it.
Her courageous interview is spreading a lot of awareness.
It really is.
You are as well, Mel, so thanks a lot for coming on.
My pleasure, guys.